heard of the pyramids, the Colosseum, the Parthenon, majestic monuments of ancient civilizations. But what about the hidden stories, the forgotten empires, the enigmas that still baffle historians today? Join us on a journey beyond the well-trodden paths as we delve into the captivating and lesser-known facets of the ancient world. We'll uncover history's hidden gems, revealing the unexpected. Imagine a world without coins, a world where trading meant swapping one thing for another. That was life before the Lydian Kingdom. These clever people from what is now Turkey changed history forever. They invented coins. This changed how people traded and handled money. But the Lydians were more than just smart with money. They had a cool culture and were great artists. Their story takes us way back in time to a world about to change completely. Come with me as we explore the Lydians. We'll see how they became powerful, how they invented coins, and how they changed trade all over the world. The Lydian Kingdom was located in the western part of Anatolia, an area known for its fertile farmland and abundant natural resources. This region was not only agriculturally rich, but also strategically positioned. Being situated between the east and the west, Lydia controlled some of the most important trade routes of the ancient world. This prime location allowed them to facilitate and dominate trade between different civilizations. The Lydians became expert traders, acting as the crucial link that connected the Mediterranean world with the empires of the East. Their marketplaces were bustling hubs of activity, filled with merchants from various regions. One of the key factors contributing to Lydia's wealth was the Pactolus River, which was famously rich in gold dust. This natural resource provided a significant economic boost to the kingdom. The gold from the Pactolus River allowed the Lydians to mint some of the world's first gold coins, revolutionizing trade and commerce in the ancient world. Besides their trading prowess, the Lydians were also highly skilled craftspeople. They produced exquisite jewelry, finely woven cloth, and beautifully crafted pottery. These crafted goods were highly sought after and admired by people from various regions, further enhancing Lydia's reputation and economic strength. Under the leadership of influential kings like Alyattes and the renowned King Croesus, Lydia reached the height of its power and influence. These kings played pivotal roles in the kingdom's development and prosperity. The capital city of Sardis was a vibrant center of trade, craftsmanship, and culture. It attracted traders, artisans, and important visitors from all over the ancient world. Sardis was not just a commercial hub, but also a place where new ideas and cultural exchanges flourished. It was a melting pot of innovation and tradition, making it one of the most significant cities of its time. Before the Lydians, trading was hard. In ancient times, people had to rely on bartering to get what they needed. This meant that if you had something of value like a cow, you had to find someone who not only wanted a cow, but also had something you needed in return, like grain or tools. People bartered, meaning they traded a cow for some grain, for example. This system required a double coincidence of wants, which was often difficult to achieve. Imagine the hassle of finding someone who had exactly what you needed and who also wanted exactly what you had to offer. This wasn't a very good system. It was inefficient and time-consuming. Traders often faced frustration and delays as they had to negotiate and agree on the value of their goods. The lack of a common measure of value made transactions complicated and sometimes unfair. Imagine trying to trade a cow for a little bit of grain. The value of a cow compared to a small amount of grain was hard to determine, leading to endless haggling and disputes. This made trade cumbersome and limited the growth of commerce. The Lydians were good at business, and they knew there had to be a better way. They were innovative thinkers and skilled merchants who understood the need for a more efficient trading system. They observed the limitations of bartering and sought a solution that would simplify trade and promote economic growth. They figured out that if everyone used the same kind of money, trading would be much easier. The idea of a standardized currency was revolutionary. It meant that people could trade goods and services without the need for direct exchange. Money could act as a common medium of exchange, a unit of account, and a store of value. This led to a huge discovery: coins. The Lydians began to mint coins, which were small, portable, and easy to use. These coins were made from electrum, a naturally occurring alloy of gold and silver, which gave them intrinsic value. The introduction of coins marked a significant advancement in the history of trade and commerce. The Lydians were some of the first to use electrum, a mix of gold and silver found in nature, to make coins. These coins were not only valuable, but also durable and easy to carry. They facilitated trade by providing a reliable and standardized medium of exchange. They made coins that were all the same weight and quality, and they stamped them with the kingdom's official mark. This changed everything. The official stamp guaranteed the coin's value and authenticity, which built trust among traders and encouraged widespread use. The standardization of coins helped to eliminate the uncertainties and inefficiencies of bartering. Coins were easy to carry, they lasted a long time, and you could break them down into smaller amounts. This flexibility made them highly practical for everyday transactions. People could now save, invest, and trade with greater ease and confidence. It was a huge moment in the history of money. The invention of coins by the Lydians laid the foundation for modern economic systems. It transformed the way people conducted trade and paved the way for the development of more complex financial instruments and institutions. The legacy of the Lydian coinage system can still be seen in the currencies we use today. The first Lydian coins, called Lydian lion coins, were made of electrum and had a picture of a roaring lion. This powerful animal was a symbol of Lydia's strength and its kings. The lion on the coins showed that they were the right weight and quality. These early coins weren't just money, they were like little pieces of art, showing how skilled the Lydian craftspeople were. The coins came in different sizes and amounts, making trading even easier. Coins changed Lydian society a lot. Trading became easier, which made the kingdom richer. It also helped create new ways of handling money, like lending and banking. The Lydians weren't just good with money, they had a rich culture and loved art. Because they were between different civilizations, they learned from many different cultures. Music and poetry were very important in Lydia. The Lydians invented a musical scale that sounded a little sad, and it influenced Greek music later on. Their poems, often played with lyre music, were about love, sadness, and how short life can be. The Lydians were also famous for their cloth. They made fancy fabrics, especially wool dyed with a bright purple color from sea snails. This dye was so special that only royalty and very rich people could use it. Even though Lydia was rich and innovative, it couldn't stop being conquered like many other places in the ancient world. In 546 BC, the powerful Persian Empire, led by Cyrus the Great, wanted to take over Lydia. The Lydian king, Croesus, known for being super rich, tried to stop the Persians, but even though they fought hard, Lydia lost and Croesus was captured. The story goes that Cyrus let Croesus live because he was so wise. Lydia became part of the huge Persian Empire. Even though the Lydians weren't independent anymore, their culture and ideas about money continued to be important. The Persians started using Lydian coins, and this helped spread them even further. The Lydians inventing coins was a super important moment. It completely changed how people traded and used money. This new idea spread far and wide. The Lydian way of making coins, copied and changed by later empires, is the basis for how we use money today. It helped grow trade between countries, connecting different parts of the world and sharing different cultures. The idea of coins, which started in Lydia, spread quickly across the ancient world. The Greeks, the Romans, and many other civilizations started using coins, adding their own style to the Lydian idea. Today we can still learn about the Lydians from what's left of their amazing past. Archaeologists have found many artifacts that show us what life was like back then. Imagine walking through the ruins of Sardis, which used to be a huge city. Imagine the big temples, the detailed mosaics in the houses, and the workshops where skilled artists made beautiful things. Museums all over the world have Lydian artifacts, from beautiful jewelry and pottery to intricately carved ivory and impressive statues. These objects tell us a lot about the Lydians' artistic skills, what they believed, and what their lives were like. The Lydian Kingdom, though it's gone now, changed history forever. Nestled in what is now modern-day Turkey, Lydia was a land of innovation and prosperity. Its people were known for their ingenuity and their ability to adapt to the changing times. The Lydians were not just passive observers of history, they were active participants who left an indelible mark on the world. They invented coins, which shows how clever and forward-thinking they were. Before coins, trade was cumbersome. relying on barter systems that were inefficient and often unfair. The Lydians revolutionized this by creating a standardized currency, making trade more straightforward and equitable. This innovation not only facilitated local commerce but also laid the groundwork for international trade. This changed trade and money and shaped the world we live in today. The introduction of coins allowed for the development of complex economies and the expansion of trade routes. It enabled merchants to travel vast distances, knowing that their currency would be accepted far and wide. This interconnectedness fostered cultural exchanges and the spread of ideas, enriching civilizations across the globe. The Lydians show us that new ideas often come from needing to solve a problem. Faced with the limitations of the barter system, they devised a solution that was both practical and transformative. Their ability to innovate in the face of challenges is a testament to human ingenuity and the power of creative thinking. The workshops and mints of ancient Lydia were bustling centers of activity, where artisans and craftsmen honed their skills to produce these revolutionary coins. Their story also shows how connected different civilizations are and how powerful ideas can be, lasting for a long time and spreading all over the world. The Lydian coins were not just a local phenomenon, they were adopted by neighboring regions and eventually by distant lands. This widespread acceptance underscores the universal appeal and practicality of their invention. It also highlights the interconnectedness of ancient civilizations, where ideas and innovations could travel across borders and influence diverse cultures. When you hold a coin today, think about the Lydians, the people who imagined a world where trading was as easy as the gold dust flowing in their rivers. Their vision and creativity have endured through the ages, shaping the way we conduct commerce even in the modern world. The coins we use today are a direct descendant of those first Lydian coins, a testament to the lasting impact of their innovation. Their story shows how much human creativity can change the world. From the ancient mints of Lydia to the digital currencies of today, the evolution of money is a narrative of human ingenuity and progress. The Lydians remind us that every great innovation starts with a simple idea and the courage to bring it to life. Their legacy is a powerful example of how creativity and problem-solving can leave a lasting mark on history. The Aegean Sea sparkles, a beautiful blue under the Mediterranean sun, reflecting the endless sky above. Across it are islands, each one like a stepping stone to a new place, inviting explorers and adventurers. One of these, Crete, is special, a jewel in the Aegean. It's a place where civilization began, the home of the mysterious Minoans who left an indelible mark on history. For hundreds of years they ruled these waves, their ships a common sight across the Mediterranean. They were great at trading, art and culture, creating beautiful pottery and intricate frescoes. What they left behind whispers to us across thousands of years, a peek into a lost world full of mystery and wonder. The Minoans thrived during the Bronze Age, their civilization strongest between 2700 and 1450 BC, a time of great innovation and cultural exchange. They were seafaring people, their lives connected to the ocean, navigating the waters with skill and precision. Their ships, full of goods and powered by the wind, sailed to faraway places in the Mediterranean, establishing trade routes. They traded with Egypt, Anatolia, and the Levant, bringing back exotic goods and new ideas, sharing their influence and learning new things, enriching their own culture in the process. The Minoans weren't warriors like we usually think of them. They didn't build huge empires by conquering others, but through peaceful means. Instead, they made friends and partners through trade and talking, fostering relationships that lasted generations. Their power came from connecting people and cultures, weaving a network of alliances, sharing goods and ideas across the ancient world, leaving a legacy that still fascinates us today. Crete, the biggest Greek island, was a good place for the Minoans to live. This island, with its diverse landscapes and rich resources, provided everything they needed to thrive. Its mountains, covered in forests, provided wood for ships and homes for animals. These forests were not just a source of timber, but also a habitat for various wildlife, adding to the island's natural wealth. Its valleys, with rivers and rich soil, grew lots of grapes, olives, and grain. These fertile lands were the backbone of their agriculture, ensuring a steady supply of food and trade goods. The sea, full of fish, and a way to travel and trade was the most important thing to them. It was their lifeline, providing sustenance and a means to connect with other cultures. The Minoans loved the sea from a young age. Children grew up playing by the shore, learning the ways of the water and dreaming of adventures on the open sea. They learned how to sail, understand the weather, and use the power of the sea. Mastering these skills was crucial for their survival and prosperity. They built strong ships, their sails big and full as they traveled the waves. These vessels were a testament to their ingenuity and craftsmanship. These ships weren't just for getting around. They showed how clever, strong, and connected to the world the Minoans were. Their maritime prowess was a symbol of their dominance and influence. Life on Crete was all about the sea. The coastal towns buzzed with activity, reflecting the island's vibrant maritime culture. Towns on the coast were busy with fishermen fixing their nets and traders bringing in goods. The ports were hubs of commerce and interaction, vital to the island's economy. Inland, farmers grew their crops, their lives connected to the sea. Even those who worked the land felt the influence of the ocean as it shaped their climate and trade. The Minoans lived peacefully with nature, showing how people and nature can live together. Their harmonious existence is a lesson in sustainable living, balancing human needs with environmental stewardship. The Minoans' love for the sea, respect for nature, and clever building skills are all shown in their amazing palaces. These structures were not just buildings, they were masterpieces of architecture and engineering, reflecting the advanced capabilities of the Minoan civilization. These huge buildings all over the island weren't just homes for rulers, but busy centers of religion, business, and culture. They were the heart of Minoan society, bustling with activity and serving multiple purposes. The most famous is Knossos, a maze-like wonder that has amazed people for thousands of years. Its complex layout has led many to believe it inspired the myth of the labyrinth and the Minotaur. Walking into Knossos is like walking into a myth. The pathways twist and turn, leading visitors through a journey back in time. Courtyards lead to big halls, their walls covered with colorful paintings showing Minoan life, jumping over bulls, engaging in various ceremonies and celebrating their vibrant culture. Parades of fancy-dressed people showcasing the rich attire and elaborate costumes of the Minoan elite, and strange creatures from faraway lands, hinting at the Minoans' extensive trade networks and their fascination with the exotic. Light shines through openings, showing the detailed designs and making the palace even more mysterious. The interplay of light and shadow adds to the enchanting atmosphere of these ancient halls. The palaces weren't just beautiful, they were also cleverly built. The Minoans incorporated advanced engineering techniques to ensure the functionality and durability of their structures. Drains carried away dirty water, preventing flooding and maintaining hygiene within the palace complex. And pipes brought clean water to fountains and baths, showcasing their sophisticated water management systems. Walls were covered and painted, not just for decoration, but to keep the temperature comfortable and things clean. The vibrant frescoes also served to tell stories and convey important cultural narratives. The Minoans knew how to be comfortable and healthy long ago. Their innovations in architecture and lifestyle set a high standard for future civilizations. Walking through Knossos, you can't help but be amazed by the Minoans' art. Their paintings with bright colors and lifelike pictures show us a world of rituals, celebrations, and a deep connection to nature. The Minoan artists were very skilled, showing movement and emotion in ways that still amaze us today. Religion was a big part of Minoan life. They worshipped many gods and goddesses, and their rituals and beliefs were connected to nature. The most important was a goddess often shown with snakes, which symbolized her connection to the earth and its ability to grow things. The Minoans' respect for nature is clear in their art. Animals, both real and imaginary, are everywhere. Bulls, dolphins, birds and snakes. Flowers, trees and sea life are shown in amazing detail. This close look at nature shows how much they understood and respected the balance of life. The Minoans didn't just look at the sea, they made it their own. They built ships that were faster, easier to steer, and could carry more than any others in the area. They sailed far, making trade routes from Egypt in the south to the Black Sea in the north. This sea network was very important to the Minoans. It brought them riches, new ideas, and interesting goods. Minoan pottery, with its special designs, has been found as far away as Egypt and Mesopotamia, showing how far their trade went. They traded olive oil, wine, cloth, and precious metals, becoming rich and spreading their culture. The Minoans weren't conquerors. They didn't try to force their rule on others. Instead, they built a thalassocracy, an empire of the sea, based on trade, talking, and sharing cultures. Their ships weren't for war, but for peace, carrying goods, ideas, and culture between faraway lands. The Minoans didn't leave any written history. Their writing, called Linear A, is still a mystery. But their story isn't completely lost. We hear it in ancient Greek myths and legends, stories of a glorious past. One famous myth is the story of Theseus and the Minotaur. The Minotaur, a creature with the head of a bull and the body of a man, lived in the maze of Knossos. Theseus, a young hero from Athens, went to kill the beast and free his city from paying the Minoan king, Minos. The Minotaur myth, though probably exaggerated, shows how powerful and influential the Minoans were. The maze, a symbol of mystery, shows how advanced Minoan buildings were and how mysterious their culture was. The Minoan civilization, like all civilizations, eventually ended. But unlike others, the Minoan end is a mystery. Around 1450 BC, their palaces were destroyed, their cities left empty, and their civilization disappeared as quickly as it appeared. What happened? Natural disasters, invasions, fighting among themselves, many ideas have been suggested. One compelling theory connects their disappearance to the eruption of the Thera volcano, now called Santorini. This eruption, one of the biggest ever, would have been terrible for the whole Aegean area. Huge tsunamis would have crashed into Crete, destroying coastal towns and the Minoan fleet. Volcanic ash would have covered the island, killing crops and making everything dark. This disaster could have been enough to end the Minoan civilization. The Minoans may be gone, but they left important things behind. The ruins of their palaces, their beautiful art, and their myths and legends still amaze and inspire us. They remind us that even the greatest civilizations can end, but beauty and inspiration can last. The Minoans were pioneers. They developed writing, Linear A, which, though still a mystery, shows how smart they were. Their art, with its bright colors, flowing lines, and love of nature, influenced later Greek art. Their sailing skills and trade routes helped the Greeks later explore the Mediterranean. The Minoans left a lasting mark on Western civilization. Their story shows the power of human creativity, cleverness, and our connection to nature. Even though they are gone, they still teach us about ourselves, about how civilizations rise and fall, and about the strength of the human spirit. The Aegean Sea washes against the shores of Crete, its blue waters hiding the secrets of a lost world. The Minoans, masters of the waves, sailed these waters, building a civilization that was bright but short-lived. Their story, a mix of myth, archaeology, and imagination, continues to fascinate us. As we look at the ruins of their palaces, admire their art, and think about their disappearance, we remember that the past is never really gone. It lives on in the stories we tell, the art we make, and the civilizations we build. The Minoans may be gone, but what they left behind, like the waves on the shores of Crete, continues to touch us, reminding us of the power of the human spirit and the magic of the sea. Deep within the rainforests of Mexico, massive stone heads emerge from the earth. These are the colossal Olmec heads. These enigmatic sculptures, some weighing up to 20 tons, are a testament to the Olmec civilization's artistry and might. Their presence raises questions. Who were the Olmecs? Why did they carve these colossal heads? The answers lie buried within the jungles of Mesoamerica. The Olmec civilization flourished from around 1400 to 400 BCE. This ancient civilization is often regarded as the foundation upon which later Mesoamerican cultures were built. The Olmecs are known for their impressive achievements in various fields, including art, architecture, and agriculture. They inhabited the Gulf Coast region of Mexico in the present-day states of Veracruz and Tabasco. This region, with its fertile lands and abundant resources, provided the perfect environment for the Olmecs to thrive and develop their complex society. The Olmecs are considered the mother culture of Mesoamerica. Their colossal stone heads, some weighing several tons, are among the most iconic artifacts of this civilization. These sculptures demonstrate the Olmecs' advanced skills in stone carving and their ability to organize large-scale labor forces. This is because they were the first to develop many of the cultural traits that would define the region for centuries to come. These traits included a complex religious system, a calendar, and a writing system, all of which would be adopted and adapted by later Mesoamerican cultures. The Olmecs were skilled farmers cultivating crops such as maize, beans, and squash. Their agricultural practices not only sustained their own population but also influenced the farming techniques of subsequent civilizations, artisans, and builders. They constructed impressive ceremonial centers, such as San Lorenzo and La Venta, which served as hubs of political and religious activity. They developed sophisticated religious beliefs and practices. The Olmecs worshipped a variety of deities, often depicted as a combination of human and animal forms. These religious practices laid the groundwork for the complex pantheons of gods seen in later Mesoamerican cultures. Their influence spread throughout Mesoamerica, influencing later cultures like the Maya and the Aztecs. The Olmecs' innovations in art, religion, and urban planning can be seen in the cultural practices and artifacts of these later civilizations, underscoring the lasting legacy of the Olmec civilization. The Olmecs possessed a deep understanding of astronomy. They developed complex calendar systems to track the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. The Olmecs used a 260-day ritual calendar known as the Tzolk'in. They also used a 365-day solar calendar called the Hab. These calendars were essential for agriculture and religious ceremonies. The Olmecs' astronomical knowledge was passed down to later Mesoamerican cultures. The Maya, in particular, would further refine these calendars. Evidence suggests the Olmecs engaged in extensive trade networks. They traded with distant regions, exchanging goods and ideas. Jade, highly valued by the Olmecs, was not native to their heartland. This suggests it was imported from elsewhere, possibly as far away as Guatemala. Obsidian, a volcanic glass used for tools and weapons, was another important trade good. The presence of these foreign materials at Olmec sites indicates a vast and interconnected trade network spanning Mesoamerica. Section 5. Whispers in the Jungle. The decline of the Olmecs. Around 400 BCE, the Olmec civilization began to decline. This once thriving culture, known for its colossal stone heads and intricate art, started to see a downturn. The reasons behind this decline have puzzled historians and archaeologists for decades. The exact reasons for their decline remain a mystery. Some believe it was a combination of factors rather than a single cause. The Olmecs, who had dominated the region for centuries, suddenly found their cities emptying and their influence waning. Some theories suggest environmental changes such as droughts or floods may have played a role. The Olmec heartland, rich in rivers and fertile land, could have faced severe climatic shifts that disrupted their agricultural base. Prolonged droughts could have led to food shortages, while catastrophic floods might have destroyed their infrastructure. Others propose internal conflicts or the rise of competing cultures could have contributed to their downfall. The Olmecs might have faced rebellions from within or pressure from neighboring groups eager to expand their territories. These internal and external pressures could have weakened their societal structure, leading to a gradual decline. Whatever the cause, the Olmec civilization faded away. Their grand cities, once bustling with activity, were left to the encroaching jungle. The monumental stone heads and intricate carvings they left behind are silent witnesses to a once great civilization. Their once great cities were abandoned, leaving behind only tantalizing clues to their existence. Today, these ruins, shrouded in mystery and overgrown by the jungle, continue to captivate the imagination of those who seek to uncover the secrets of the Olmecs. The decline of the Olmecs remains one of the most intriguing puzzles of ancient history, a testament to the fragility of even the most powerful civilizations. Section 6. The enduring legacy echoes of the Olmec in later cultures. Despite their disappearance, the Olmec civilization left an indelible mark on Mesoamerica. Their influence can be seen in the art, architecture, and religious practices of subsequent cultures. The Olmecs were pioneers in many ways, and their innovations set the stage for the great civilizations that followed. Their cultural innovations, religious beliefs, and artistic styles were adopted and adapted by later cultures. The Olmecs are often credited with the development of the first writing system in the Americas, which influenced the writing systems of the Maya and other Mesoamerican cultures. Their calendar system, which was highly accurate, also laid the groundwork for the complex calendrical systems used by the Maya and Aztecs. The Maya and the Aztecs, in particular, inherited much from the Olmecs. The monumental architecture of the Olmecs, including their colossal stone heads, inspired the grand temples and pyramids of the Maya and Aztecs. The Olmecs' sophisticated urban planning and construction techniques were also adopted by these later cultures. The Olmec ball game, a ritualistic sport played with a rubber ball, became widespread throughout Mesoamerica. This game was not only a sport but also had deep religious and cultural significance. It was played in specially constructed ball courts, and the outcome of the game was often believed to be influenced by the gods. The ball game continued to be an important part of Mesoamerican culture for centuries, with variations of it played by the Maya, Aztecs, and other cultures. Their pantheon of deities, including the feathered serpent god, influenced later Mesoamerican religions. The feathered serpent, known as Quetzalcoatl to the Aztecs and Kukulkan to the Maya, became one of the most important deities in Mesoamerican mythology. The Olmecs' religious practices, including their rituals and ceremonies, were also adopted and adapted by later cultures, shaping the spiritual landscape of the region. The Olmecs' legacy lived on in the cultural fabric of the region. Their contributions to art, architecture, religion, and society were profound and far-reaching. Even today, the echoes of the Olmec civilization can be seen in the traditions and cultural practices of modern Mesoamerican communities. The Olmecs were truly the mother culture of Mesoamerica, and their enduring legacy continues to fascinate and inspire. Section 7. Unearthing the past archaeological discoveries in Olmec heartlands. Archaeological excavations at sites like San Lorenzo and La Venta have revealed much about the Olmec civilization. These sites were once bustling centers of Olmec culture and power. Discoveries of colossal heads, intricate jade carvings, and elaborate tombs provide glimpses into their lives and beliefs. Excavations continue to this day, slowly piecing together the puzzle of the Olmec civilization. Each new discovery sheds more light on this enigmatic culture. Section 8. Unlocking the secrets, the future of Olmec research. Despite decades of research, many mysteries surrounding the Olmec civilization remain. How did they transport the colossal heads, some weighing many tons, over long distances? What was the true meaning behind their intricate iconography? Future research, utilizing advanced technologies and interdisciplinary approaches, promises to unlock more secrets of the Olmecs. By studying their art, architecture, and material culture, we can gain a deeper understanding of this ancient civilization. Section 9. A timeless legacy. The Olmec influence on art and culture. The Olmec civilization continues to captivate our imagination. Their art, characterized by its powerful imagery and symbolism, is celebrated for its beauty and sophistication. The Olmec's influence can be seen in contemporary art, literature, and popular culture, demonstrating the enduring fascination with this ancient civilization. Their legacy reminds us of the power of human creativity and the interconnectedness of cultures across time. High in the Andes Mountains of Peru, between two rivers, is a place of ancient secrets. This is Chavin de Huantar, a place that has fascinated explorers and archaeologists for a very long time. Imagine a time before the Incas, way before the Spanish conquistadors came to the Americas. Here, a great civilization thrived, leaving behind amazing buildings and mysterious art. The ruins of Chavin de Huantar are more than just rocks and broken pieces. They are whispers from a forgotten world. They tell us about people who were very connected to nature, their beliefs, and their gods. The site itself is a wonder of engineering and art. Terraces rise up from the valley, connected by stairs and open areas. Stone buildings, some still standing tall, tell us about big ceremonies and rituals held under the Andean sky. But maybe the most interesting part of Chavin de Huantar is hidden underground. Deep down, a maze of tunnels and rooms waits to be explored. These underground passages, carved from the rock, were not just simple spaces. They were made to create a feeling of wonder and mystery. Imagine flickering torches lighting up intricately carved walls. The air is filled with incense, and the sound of chanting echoes through the passages. This was a place where the Chavin people connected with their spiritual world, a place where shamans and priests were very important. The Chavin civilization named after this amazing place is still a mystery. We know they lived between 1500 and 300 BC, making them one of the oldest advanced cultures in South America. They were great farmers, growing crops like corn and potatoes in the difficult Andean mountains. They were skilled weavers, making cloth with bright colors and complex designs. But what really made the Chavins special was their art and religion. They believed that nature was very important, and their gods often looked like powerful animals. The jaguar, the snake, the condor, these animals were not just respected. They were believed to have magical powers. The Chavin people showed their beliefs through their art, which was both beautiful and mysterious. Their carvings and sculptures show creatures that are both familiar and strange. Jaguars with human faces, snakes with feathered wings, beings that seem to change shape right in front of us. These images were not just decorations, they were powerful symbols with important religious meanings. They tell stories of gods and goddesses, of creation myths and shamanic journeys. By understanding these images, we can start to understand how the Chavin people saw the world. To really understand the Chavin civilization, we need to go to the heart of Chavin de Huantar. Here, the buildings themselves become a way of communicating, showing the skill and artistry of the builders. The site is a complex network of plazas, temples, and sunken courts, all carefully planned and built. The buildings are made of huge stone blocks, carefully cut and put together without any cement. These stones, some weighing many tons, were taken from nearby mountains and brought to the site using only human strength and cleverness. The precision of their work shows how skilled the Chavin builders were. One of the most impressive structures at Chavin de Huantar is the Old Temple, a maze-like building with many rooms and passages around a central courtyard. Inside this temple is the Lanzon Gallery, a narrow hallway that goes deep underground. At the center of this gallery is the Lanzon, a 15-foot-tall granite statue carved with the image of a god with fangs. This imposing figure, with its eyes seeming to look out from the darkness, was clearly a very important religious object. Another important structure is the new temple, built centuries after the old temple. This temple has a large circular plaza with walls covered in intricate carvings. These carvings show processions of priests and worshippers, their faces showing reverence and awe. The art of the Chavin people is as fascinating as their architecture. Their sculptures and carvings, often with intricate details, show a fascination with transformation and nature. Animals, especially those seen as powerful or sacred, are very important in their art. The jaguar, with its stealth and hunting skills, was a symbol of power and authority. The snake, shedding its skin, represented change and rebirth. The condor, flying high above the Andes, symbolized the spiritual world. These creatures, often shown in stylized or mixed forms, are all over the walls and plazas of Chavin de Huantar. One of the most striking examples of Chavin art is the Raimondi Stela, a large granite slab carved with the image of a god holding two staffs. The god's headdress is covered in snakes, birds, and other creatures, and its face has a fierce, almost otherworldly look. This stela, probably used in religious ceremonies, gives us a glimpse into the complex beliefs of the Chavin people. The Chavin artists were masters of working with stone, bone, and clay. They made intricate textiles, colorful pottery, and elaborate jewelry, all decorated with their distinctive designs. Their art was not just decoration. It was a key part of their religion and society. The Chavin civilization's influence went far beyond their mountain home. Their religious beliefs, artistic styles, and building innovations spread throughout the Andes, influencing later cultures like the Moche, the Nazca, and even the Inca. This wasn't done through war. Instead, the Chavin people seem to have spread their influence through trade, talking with other groups, and religious pilgrimages. Chavin de Huantar, with its impressive architecture and powerful religious meaning, was probably a major pilgrimage center, attracting people from far away. These pilgrims, drawn by the Chavin religion, would have taken home not just souvenirs and goods to trade, but also new ideas and beliefs. This way, Chavin culture spread like ripples in a pond, impacting the wider Andean world. The Chavin legacy can be seen in the art, architecture, and religious practices of later Andean cultures. The jaguar, so important in Chavin art, remained religiously important for centuries. The use of terraces and huge buildings, started by the Chavin, became a key feature of Andean civilization. Around 300 BC, the once powerful Chavin civilization began to decline. We don't know exactly why this happened, but archaeologists have some ideas. One possibility is that climate change caused droughts or other environmental problems, making it hard to grow food. Another possibility is that social unrest, maybe caused by fights over resources or power struggles, weakened the Chavin state. It's also possible that several things caused their decline. Whatever the reason, the decline of the Chavin civilization was slow, not a sudden collapse. Chavin de Huantar, though no longer the busy religious center it once was, continued to be occupied for centuries after the peak of Chavin power. Eventually, though, the site was abandoned, and the great civilization that built it was forgotten. Even though they declined mysteriously, the Chavin people left a lasting mark on the Andes. Their art, architecture, and religious beliefs continued to be important for centuries, influencing later civilizations. The Inca, who became powerful centuries later, incorporated many things from Chavin culture into their own empire. The Inca city of Cusco, with its impressive stonework and large buildings, reminds us of the grandeur of Chavin de Huantar. Even today, the descendants of the Inca still respect many of the same mountains and natural places that were sacred to the Chavin. The Chavin civilization shows us that even the strongest civilizations can change. Their story shows the ingenuity and resilience of humans and the lasting power of art, architecture, and belief. Today, archaeologists are still trying to understand the mysteries of the Chavin civilization. Excavations at Chavin de Huantar and other sites are slowly putting together the story of these mysterious people. New discoveries are being made all the time, challenging old ideas and teaching us new things about this ancient culture. Studying the Chavin civilization is not just something for academics. By understanding their past, we learn more about the rich culture of South America. The Chavin legacy reminds us that the Andes have been home to advanced civilizations for thousands of years, each with its own unique story. As we continue to explore the ruins of Chavin de Huantar, we remember that the past is never really gone. It lives on in the stones, the carvings, and the echoes of ancient beliefs, and sometimes it whispers its secrets to those who listen carefully. The Chavin civilization may be lost to time, but what they left behind still exists. Their art is still beautiful and mysterious, their architecture is still amazing, and their beliefs, though old, give us a look into the spiritual world of people who were deeply connected to nature. Chavin de Huantar stands as a monument to their achievements, a symbol of ancient knowledge in the Andes. It is a place where the past and the present seem to connect, letting us see a world that is long gone. As we look at the ruins of this once great civilization, we remember the power of human creativity and the mystery of the past. Ever wondered what mysteries lie hidden in the sands of time? Let's find out. From the majestic pyramids of Egypt to the enigmatic stone heads of Easter Island, we've journeyed through the wonders of ancient civilizations. Each site whispers secrets of a time long past, offering glimpses into the lives of those who came before us. We've uncovered astonishing architectural feats, decoded ancient scripts, and delved into the rich tapestries of lost cultures. But this is just the beginning. There's so much more to explore, so many more stories waiting in the wings. So if these hidden wonders have sparked your curiosity, don't stop here. Dive deeper, read more, visit these incredible sites, and let history come alive before your eyes. The ancient world is a vast and captivating tapestry, waiting to be explored. We hope this journey has inspired you to delve deeper and uncover the unexpected treasures of the past.